Let the final battle against Labrys begin!
Final.
So, as I said before with this version of Labrys, she's unique to say the least. Oh, good, I got the spin and everything. Sweet. Oh lord. Okay, just let me back up. But yeah, she's obviously the strongest version of Labrys because, you know, doesn't have the random RNG of gosh dang, you know who. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Please, Labrys, please have mercy of Shadow Labrys. She doesn't have the RNG of Shadow Labrys and everything. And yeah. And I need to come up with better stuff to savor this. Can you please back off, please? Actually, wait. Boop. Let's finish this. Goodbye, Labrys. Let the petals set you free.
And that's the end of that.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
A disgustingly carefree voice emerges from Labrys, who has ceased moving. Her eyes are still lifeless. My friend Labrys still hasn't returned. An uncontrollable fury rages through me in hearing that voice describe her like some broken toy.
Who are you? Give Labrys back!
Very well. I've acquired enough data after all. I should thank you all. Although this didn't work out, you did stay in it to the very end.
Labrys' shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
Tsuru-san's words make me remember. Now that I think about it, Labrys' shadow separated from Labrys when she entered the TV. In other words, she only sponsored the tournament. But she didn't drop herself into the TV without someone to do that. This case could not have happened. Does this mean that culprit is controlling Labrys from somewhere outside the TV? From somewhere safe? That can't be forgiven.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labrys away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labrys' persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
This time? Are you still planning something?
The culprit mocks us. I can't take this anymore. I thought that I finally was able to save her. I thought that everything would be alright now.
That's enough! You're the worst! Labrys has a heart! How can you do this to her knowing that?
A heart, Meaningless. Whether or not she has one matters not at all to my plan.
Organization 13 would beg to differ.
That's it!
The voice continues mocking us and ignores my words.
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
It sounds like the culprit just ran off communication. Or just cut off communication, my bad. Why did I read that as... I don't know, anyway. As communication cuts off, Labrys falls to her knees. I rush over and support her body, but she's gone completely limp and her metal body is very heavy. Everyone here goes silent, and a heavy atmosphere fills the area. Mitsuru-san looks gloomy, but she speaks up with determination in her voice.
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. I advise you not to get involved in this matter any further. From here on, you should leave this to us.
Wait a second! We can't just leave things like this!
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you.
My bad there. This is different from the way she was acting towards me earlier. This time Mitsuru-san isn't testing me, but is completely rejecting our involvement outright with a firm will. I think that she's saying... what she's saying is probably the correct course of action. There must be something big going on behind this case. If that's the case, high school students are probably going to be less equipped to handle it than a well-funded organization like Mitsuru-san's. But still, I can't just back down.
Guys, let's leave this to them.
Huh?
Are you serious?
Yukiko must realize Mitsuru-san's resolution too. This must be something we have to come come to an understanding about. My mind understands that, but my heart
Yukiko,
still.
it's best for now if we go home.
Yukun puts his hand on my shoulder. Huh? Did I just hear him say, "for now," under his breath? When I look up in reaction to Yukun's words, I see a strong fire in his eyes. I see. I nod in recognition. After we got out of the TV, we disbanded on the spot without much conversation. Mitsuru-san and her friends were a bit flustered since they came out in the middle of Juness in the midst of a bunch of shoppers. Actually, because there were so many people who looked out of the ordinary, we did cause a bit of a stir. I regret that we had to part there so quickly, because there was much more that I wanted to say. But I know that there was no way that I could really express everything anyway. When I returned to the inn, the day's exhaustion hits me like a truck. I drew a bath, and I even fell asleep in the bathtub for a bit. After I woke up, I went back to my room and was about to go to sleep. But then I received a call from an unknown number. Usually, I don't pick up calls from numbers I don't recognize, but something tells me that I should pick it up. It turns out to be...
And allow me to thank you once again. You did a lot to help today.
Mitsuru-san steps out of the long limousine parked in the outskirts of the shopping district and bowed deeply to us. We're still in Inaba, but this big black limousine and Mitsuru-san are so out of place, it feels like we're someplace else entirely. I can just tell that everyone around is watching us. Since Mitsuru-san and her friends have finished investigating this case, it seems they'll be leaving Inaba. Standing next to Mitsuru-san is Labrys, who was the one to call us so we could say farewell in person.
Come on, Yukiko. We have to see her off properly.
Huh? Yeah.
Labrys was controlled by the culprit back on the roof, but there seems to have been no major issues with her body, so she looks like she's going to be fine. I should be happy because I know that Labrys is safe, so I should be smiling, but I just can't. I end up speaking gloomily.
You really are going with them.
I'm gonna miss you guys, but I made my decision to throw in with Mitsuru-san. I want to capture whoever's behind this. Whatever it takes. You know how you protected me this time. Now it's my turn to repay the favor.
I'm about to say that she doesn't have to worry about such things, but I stop myself. I see. So Labrys made this decision herself. I wish she could stay here with us, but if my friend made this decision, then I need to support
And I'm
her.
definitely gonna be back someday. So, why don't you give me a rain check on that promise? Sound good?
Yeah, that's all right. It's still a promise.
Hearing that, I was finally able to smile for Labrys. She's right. It's not like this will be the last time we see each other. Our promise will never
I'll
change.
be waiting for you, though. If you break my promise, I'll make you rue the day.
Labrys laughs and shrugs at my joke. I need to protect this place. The place where she promised she'd return to. It's not just exceeding the inn anymore. I have another reason I need to stay here.
We'll all be waiting for you.
Come back soon.
Everyone feels the same way too. It's sad that we have to part with someone after we just became friends with them, but we all believe that we'll see each other again. We'll see her again. Labrys looks like she's about to cry, but she manages to keep her smile and nods. Mitsuru-san tells her that they're about to leave, and once the two of them enter the limousine, it quietly heads off. Labrys pokes her head out the window and waves back at us. She keeps waving until we can't see the car anymore.
Oh, she's really gone.
Yeah, but she said she'd come see us again, so enough with the pitiful frown.
What? Did you just call me pitiful? What an incredibly rude thing to say to an idol. Just so you know, I've done a lot of ads for companies under the Kirijo umbrella. I wish I could have introduced myself better.
And just like that, we're back to our normal selves. It is sad that Labrys isn't here, but Kaji-kun is right. And Golden Week has just started for us. I wasn't able to prepare another box lunch so quickly after yesterday's event. But instead, I have a great suggestion.
Why don't we go to Juness? We haven't had our welcome back party for Yukon yet.
Great idea, Yuki-chan! I was just thinking the same thing!
You're right. It's been a while too, so let's all go there and catch up.
Yosuke-kun and Yu-kun glance at each other upon hearing my suggestion. Could they be scheming something?
Alright, sounds like a plan. We have a few things to talk to them about too, right, partner?
Yeah, let's go, everyone.
Those looks. That's like some kind of secret friend wink, isn't it? They're definitely up to something. I'm not exactly sure what's going on between them, but I do have an idea. I'm guessing it's probably something we're all together for, right? We still have a lot of Golden Week left after all. After the welcome back party for Yukun, she and I are in the miscellaneous goods section and looking at trinkets. Teddy and Yosuke-kun have gone back to work while Rise-chan takes Naoto-kun shopping. Yukun and Kanji-kun are together in the grocery area. Everyone is just doing their own thing.
Boy, was I surprised when Yukon brought that up. I didn't tell her we wouldn't get involved, was it? Can you believe him?
No kidding. I wonder what Mitsuri-san would say if she heard that.
When Yukun and Yosuke-kun brought up during the welcome back party was the reformation, or like, the reformation of the investigation team. And it was decided that we'd all pursue this case by ourselves. There were no objections, of course. Everyone seemed to have been waiting for Yukun's words, and all spoke up at once. There's no way we can leave what happened inside this town's TV to someone else. I feel bad for Mitsuru-san, but I was really happy that the two of them were thinking the same thing. I mean, Labrys is our friend. There's no way we can sit back and watch while our friends out there doing their best. Yeah, especially since this happened in our own backyard.
Man, the Kirijo group, huh? If things go bad, this can be an even bigger problem than last year.
I'm sure we'll be able to handle it.
You really stepped up to the plate this time. I think I like this new side of you.
I'm a bit happy to hear that from Chie. Oh, that was close. We almost, absentmindedly walked right by the section we were looking for. We stop at our destination, the small shops inside Juness. I pick up some different colored hair ornaments and compare them.
Wow, this is hard. So many choices. What color should I get?
You're really into this. Hey, how about this? I think it'll look good on you.
Oh, no, it's not for me.
Pink, yellow, green. As I compare the different colors while answering Chie, she thinks for a bit before making a realization.
Oh, right. We might see her sooner than we think.
That's right. I'm sure that the culprit will be caught faster if we cooperate rather than just Mitsuru-san and her people going after the case. And that means that the day when I keep my promise to Labrys will come sooner too. Until then, I need to find a color that fits her. I pick various colored scrunchies and imagine how they look decorating Labrys' hair. Labrys' embarrassed smile also springs to mind as well.
I just know she'll love it.
This program was brought to you by the following sponsors.